Hello everyone and welcome back to Crafts by the Bow. This afternoon is only a quick little video, but I want to show you something that I saw on one of the demonstrator pages. And a lady called Gretchen Schindler had she'd used some little wood slices like this, and she'd used like little cutout dies for leaves and trees and branches, and put a little cardinal bird, and they were to hang in the Christmas tree, and I thought they were so pretty. And what I decided to do was to use them for gift tags. So like a tag for my son and my daughter-in-law's gift. I'm going to use the wooden piece and just add little embellishments, and then I'll also put a little card tag behind. Now when I looked for wood slices, I did have some left, but most of them were tiny like this. And you can still make a little embellishment on these, but I wanted a slightly bigger one. And for on stage in April, as a lot of you know, I was chosen to be a demonstrator for the Rooted in Nature set. And I made this set of little wood slices to hang that had some of the trees on and just the date. And I thought they would be perfect. So I'm going to leave this as the back of the piece, and I'm going to put the picture on here. And then when my son or my husband or whoever I give them to, when they look, it will have the date on the back. So I just want to thank Gretchen again for showing us her idea. And I'd like to just carry on and embellish it a bit more. These are the pieces of twine that I put on for on stage, and they're the Rooted in Nature twine colours. So I'm going to take those off because they don't look particularly Christmassy. So I'm just undoing those, taking those off, and you can see this one's still even got the little Velcro pieces on that we used to hold them on the boards. So, oh, this one doesn't want to come off. Okay, let's pop that down. Throw that away. So I'm going to start with the smallest one, and I'm going to turn it over, making sure that I've got the hole at the top. And I've already cut out and looked in my boxes to see what I had left, but I've already cut out quite a few branches, and they came from this Colourful Seasons set, and I think that's the one that Gretchen had used as well. And it's this piece, that's the branch. So I've used that, cut a few of those out, and then I've used the pine branches from Christmas Pines, and I've used the smaller of the branches, and I've cut out one of the larger ones just in case I needed it. And I've used the bow, and I've used this little, I'm never sure what this is, it's like a little sprig, but I've used that one as well. And then I remembered that I'd made this design on a card with this piece from Swirly Bird. So I've made a few more of those, and I've used the smaller of the swirls. And so I've got a whole pile of things. I also used this punch, the little sprig punch. And when I was cutting things out last week, I broke one of my plates from the Big Shot, and I knew I didn't have time to get one from Stampin' Up. I have ordered one, but I knew it wouldn't come in time for making my cards this week. So what I did was I ordered from Amazon because I've got Prime membership, and I thought, oh, it'll be here in 2 days, that'll be perfect. So I ordered a set of the plates from there, and they did say they were Sizzix. And our Big Shot is made by Sizzix, so I thought it would be fine. But I don't know if you can see, they're not quite the same width. And I don't know if I just got a rogue set, but every time I've put it through the Big Shot, it's scraped a little piece of the plastic off. So I'll be glad tomorrow when my actual set comes from Stampin' Up. But just be careful if you do order from somewhere else. If this had been a Stampin' Up one, I know I could have sent it back to Stampin' Up and they would have replaced it straight away. But because I bought it from Amazon from a third-party buyer, It was my own silly fault, but you know, it's no good. In the bin. So let's start and make our little tags. Now this one I'm going to do like Gretchen had done. She put a little branch on, and then she had some of these little pine branches over and her red cardinal bird. And I'm going to actually use the darker brown here, and I'm only going to attach this with a little bit of Tombow. And I've already tried the Tombow on the wood, and it sets beautifully on it. There's no problem at all. So I just put in little bits on, and don't need to worry too much because I'm actually going to put some leaves over the top. So it's just to give that look that there's the branches there. And then I'm just going to put them sort of down on an angle like that, and it will be too long, and that's fine. I'll just trim it off at the end. And then I've got some, let's bring in some of these pieces. I've got some of the branches that I cut in, it's not old olive, it's one of the older colours, and I can't quite remember what it was called. And some in Tranquil Tide, and I'm actually going to put the older colour on there. Wish I could remember what that was called. But I was only sort of using bits of card up, so probably this is the end of that colour anyway. And I'm just going to put 3 pieces on. This one, I'm just going to see if I can lift this up. So I think I might quite like that to go under here. Okay, let's do this. And then we'll glue that over the top. There. Do I need a bit more glue there? No, that's fine. That's stayed on. And then I'm going to put a little piece up at the top. I don't want to glue everything down because I want some little bits just to sort of stand up and make it look, you know, like there's a little bit of texture there. There we go. See if I can do the same with this and just put a little bit of it over the top of the branch. There we go. Okay. And now I don't want a cardinal bird on it, and I'm going to use one of the old punches, the one that's got the bird on, and I want to make it into a robin. And I don't want to make it into an American robin. I want to make it into an English robin. English robins have a much more red breast, not the orangey colour that the American robins have. So I've cut the bird out in brown, I think it's actually soft suede, and one in real red. And I cut another little piece as well in real red. I didn't cut all of the bird. It didn't really fit on the card, but that doesn't matter because I only want the little breast piece. So I'm just going to get my scissors and I'm just going to cut a little piece off. And then I'm going to glue this little red piece onto here. Now that's a little bit long, so let me just chop a little bit off. And we'll just glue this to this little birdie. There we are, and then we'll find where I put his wing. And I'm going to attach the wing with a little piece of a dimensional. See if I've got a little set here. Now, these are big ones, but it's all the little pieces that are left. So I'm just going to chop a little piece off. Oops. The little bird's trying to fly away. And I'm going to put the little dimensional on the back. And then put his wing on here. And I'm going to find a little black marker just to give him an eye. And there we go. And then with a little bit of Tombow, just put a little bit of glue on the back. And I'm just going to attach him onto this branch here. so that it looks like he's sort of nestling in between the branches. And then I'm going to cut this piece off. There we go. And I'll just pop the lid back on here. And what you could do is use something like your wink of Stella and just go over some of the little branches. Let me see if my wink of Stella is just handy. Not sure that it is. I think it's down in the craft room still. Oh, no. I tell a lie. Here it is. Oh, let's pop a little bit of glitter on. I'm going to put a little bit on some of these leaves, little pine branches. And they won't show up an awful lot, but when you just have them sort of in the sunlight or just on a certain angle, you'll be able to see. I'm going to colour his breast in as well. There we are. So there we are. Now I have some of the older twine. It's sort of a bit more rustic looking, and that's the one I want to use. You could use ribbon, and that would look really pretty too. I think I'm just going to thread it through once, like this, and just tie a knot at the end. And because I don't really know how long I need it on my presents and things, I'm going to leave that sort of roughly tied, and I can always change it. So there we are, there's the first of my little tags. And thank you again, Gretchen, for your great idea of the ornaments. And then the little date on the back. I'm pleased with that. And I'm just going to do one more while we're videoing. And I'm going to take the slightly bigger one that I did the oak tree on. Make sure the hole's at the top. And I'm going to sort of recreate this little pattern that we had on the cards. So first I'm just going to use the Tombow, glue this swirly piece on. I love how versatile our Stampin' Up! Things are. And they're not just for cards. You know, there's lots of decorations and 3D items that you can make. And I love doing punch art with some of them as well. So, you know, you make all sorts of characters out of them, which it's not what they were designed for, but they just look fantastic. For my nephew one year, I made a whole set of Star Wars people. So I had Yoda and Chewbacca, and it took me ages and I had a whale of a time. I think I enjoyed it more than he did. But I just love how we can make all sorts of things. Okay, so let's pop a little bit of Tombow on here. And I'm doing it just the same pattern that I did here. So then I'm going to put one at the top and two at the bottom. And it worked for the cards, and so I think it'll work for this too. She said, not knowing where the third one is. Oh, here it is. And this is the one I cut a little bit longer in case I wanted it to be longer. So, yeah, I don't mind it like that. For everybody's getting ready for the holidays now. The children at preschool are getting so excited because they know that Santa's coming soon and their advent calendars are started. So they're just waiting for him. And it's always lovely to see children so excited by Christmas. And we had the little nativity out last week as well. And just to hear them chattering and talking about what's going to happen at Christmas, it makes it such a magical time. I love Christmas with the little ones. We do get to hear some stories as well though from the little ones. So I think if their mummies knew what they told us, they would die of embarrassment. Okay, and I didn't have any more of the gold bows cut out, but I did have some of these red sparkly ones. So I'm going to put that in. And because this is a little bit sort of darker, I'm going to put some rhinestones onto the ends of those sprigs, just to brighten it up a little bit. hold that for a second. Okay, and then let's find my box that has the little, in fact, these would be nice, the little gold and silver metallic pearls that Stampin' Up! Have out at the moment. So I think I'm going to put the silver ones on. I normally do gold on these kind of things, but I just think the little silver ones might just jump out a little bit more. Oh, they're pretty. And I'm not going to put one on every single little piece of the sprig. I'll just put a few on. See, what have we got? 1, 2, oh, that one's falling off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As long as it's an odd number, I'm happy. 8. Let's see. Let's put another one here. Oh, this one doesn't want to stay on. 9. Okay. Well, I think we'll have 2 more. It's Christmas after all. 10. And let's see if I can get one just in here. There we are. And then let's find more of that little rustic twine. And see where the hole is. There's the hole there. Just hiding under that leaf. So now I'm going to sit for the rest of the afternoon and make a few more. I have got some little bells out as well, so I thought on some that I made for the younger children, I might just put some of the jingle bells on as well. So there we go. So here are my 2 that I've made already, and I hope you like them. And again, thank you to Gretchen for giving us the idea of having them as little ornaments. And I hope you'll give them a go. Thanks for watching me, and I'll see you all again soon, everyone. Bye-bye.